One Antiques Roadshow guest couldn't believe the high price his Rolex watch was worth after expert Richard Price inspected his item. In a repeated episode of the BBC show, fans watched as people took their objects to Brodie Castle in the north of Scotland to be valued. One of which included one man who impressed Richard with his 1960s watch that had been passed down to him. Giving it a closer look, Richard told the guest, "All Rolex collectors refer to these things by their reference number. You know as well as I do because it says so on the dial that it's a GMT Master." Emmerdale's Wendy Posner fears for Bob Hope's health after heart attack scare. The man told Richard he'd had the watch for around 32 years after it was given to him by his late uncle. Explaining he believed the watch had been given to his uncle in the 1960s, the antique expert went on to give him more information. He added, "It's the reference 1675, which is the classic GMT Master. When you said 60s, I think we could fairly safely say 1960 to 1961, so that all fits in." Inspecting the watch closer, Richard admitted his item was a joy to see as nothing had been changed, which was often the case when watches went to be serviced 20 years ago. The expert added, "They would have changed the bezel and they would have changed the dial with an upgrade." Don't miss. Emmerdale star quits after 17 years as fans could see legend killed off, so casualty viewers left reeling over absurd editing. They blast annoying scenes. Reaction: Coronation Street's Stephen Reed tries to impress in unexpected romance twist. Spoiler: you would have had it back thinking, "Oh, it looks like new." Collectors hate that. It's absolutely original, spot on. However, Richard confessed he wasn't too happy about the bracelet on the watch, as it would have originally been an oyster bracelet, whereas his was a Jubilee bracelet. Turning it over, he told the guest, "It's a Rolex product of course, but it says made in the USA." So perhaps he specified that he did not want the oyster bracelet, he wanted a Jubilee bracelet and they put this one on for him. Which sort of detracts from it a little bit, probably detracts from it by a couple of £1,000s. It was clear that it was disheartening for the guest to hear, as Richard told him it would have cost between £300 to £350 in the early 60s. The guest replied, "Wish he brought more." However, Richard added, "Well, that is £12,000 to £15,000. Thrilled with the news, the guest released a loud inhale as the audience around him let out a small round of applause. He said, "I can't believe that, can't believe that." Antiques Roadshow is available to watch on BBC iPlayer.